introduction to the semantic web, the basic idea here is give some idea about the semantic web in a nutshell, but I don't go to much detail about each area and concept, but we can get some idea about what is semantic web and what we use for. Tim Berners-Lee, HTTP, HTML, HTML, and also after that he came up with the idea called semantic web. From his own work, the semantic web is an extension of a current web in which information is given well defined together. Actually, semantic web, the idea of semantic web is providing some platform for the machines and people to communicate. So it kind of creation of the brand web. So the big idea today, we use internet for collecting knowledge, for adding some content to the content. In the same time, people need some answer. Just like it should be like having the power of reasoning and get some decision. According to that way, machine should be give some answer for our questions. So that's some structural format. It should be convenient for both human and also the computer. So that is the idea. It's a big idea of semantic web. This is a big picture of semantic web. We have a couple of hierarchies here. Let's see, when you say URI, if you get any language, English or Tamil or anything, any language character, you have Unicode, right? And also, when you consider URI is the URI refer sometimes URL. I will go more detail in URI and URL later. So XML is kind of language. Both people, the human and computer can use, but the problem with XML is it can't provide much help to fill the gap. So that is why RDF comes to picture, and top of the ontology. So ontology is kind of the logical hierarchy. Based on the ontology, we can define some logic from the internet. So with the day-to-day web search, we get a couple of limitations over there. So most of the time when we search something in the internet, it can be duplicate somewhere else. We don't know what is the correct answer, or what's the correct or wrong. And also the sensitivity to the vocabulary. So this is another problem what we have. One word, but other person can search the same thing in using another word. So we need to fill this gap. So that is the idea of semantic web. And also the intention of semantic web is the intention of the way to questions and the relations and trust for the information and its evolve. So sometimes, let's say, whether information can be affect to the stock market, sometimes birth rate. So we need some way to create this fashion link in between this information and other so how we can give this possibility, let's say how we are organize our information. we use sometimes online calendar, or we use blogs, let's say our wiki, or sometimes we bookmark. Bookmark is just a thing we can track the URL and information. In the same way, to give computer to understand and logical reasoning. Then to do this, in a semantic web we use RDF, that's a resource descriptive framework, the Jane sales book. So when we say Jane sales book, it describes something in the relationship between Jane and sales, in between sales. Sorry, Jane and books, in between sales. Here Jane is a subject and sales is a verb or predicate. Is build kind of the relation and relation model to the picture. Let me go through each one. R, B, F. First, let's talk about resources. We can universally identify through the internet. Here, example, the Jane and the book. But when we talk about our web applications, so there's a difference between URI and the URL. So URL is something like locate some resources in the internet. But URI is the root level of this part. Let's say URI can be a human, or so how we create a URI. Let's say if I want to create a website and I want to publish my address here, so I just like create a blog and put my information. So if I want to get my address directly, accessing URL is not the thing. We need to get the URI to specific to my address. So that is the universal, like social security number or something, anything can be entered in the information in the internet. And then the description. In my example, the book basic idea of semantic web is something like this. This is another example. This is another example. Let's say this is a software engineering book, published by MIT Press. There are more company or person can publish any software related to the book. So this is a special information. This is a special book. How we use finally we need some way to collect this information or include this information into HTML page. So this is the idea. Here we use entity called Jane and entity called book. We coupling Jane as way we can give some meaningful structure, the meaningful framework for the idea. Let's say last time I came up with idea called Jane sales book. So for this sentence I can give some meaning. Machine also can understand. Okay, let's say this content in our web page. So we need to collect this information. For get this information, we use Sparkle queries. It's defined kind of special query. It's also using something like MySQL. Select the information by given condition. It's same like MySQL where condition, right? We have a select from where we need, from what we need to select, and from where we need to select. This can be any URI or URL constraint. Let's say we need a software engineering book which published by MIT. So that's why we need to organize our SPARQL query and use it. So that is the idea. Okay, this RDF we can't perform everything because we can't give much of meaning for our entities, or let's say URI. For giving that possibility to give that to give a meaningful information would mean. So actually ontology is the word came from philosophy. Ontology provide the nature of instance, the nature. Let's say a person. If I want to get information about person may have address, person may have his family, his name, or social, maybe his social security number. So we need something like that. We need to understand about the nature of the information. So that is why ontology comes to picture, and we use it. As an example, let's say we have a university. So when we get a university, we have different layers or different